Students, बात चल रही है कुछ digital to digital conversion की, and we are going to start with our topic of line coding. Students, line coding is a technique out of the 3 techniques that we have for digital to digital conversion. Line coding is always required. We have got block coding that may or may not be required, and then we have scrambling, once again, that may or may not be required. Now, students, our text, our data can be in the form of text, it can be in the form of numbers, it can be pictures, or it can be audio or a video. Students, all of these different forms of data are expressed or are represented by a sequence of bits. Students, the conversion of these sequence of bits, the conversion of these bits into a digital signal is the process of line coding. Students, in the figure, what you can see that we have got a data communication system which consists of a sender hooked up to an encoder. There is a link between the encoder and the decoder, and then we have got a receiver of the information. We've got digital data. We are talking about line coding and decoding. So it's digital data which needs to be sent over this link using digital signal. Now, students, on the sending end, this digital data is encoded using the encoder, and then the resulting signal, the digital signal, is sent over the link. At the receiving end, this digital signal is then decoded and converted back to the digital signal and is handed over to the receiver. Students, there are multiple techniques that are available for line coding. There are multiple techniques that we can categorize line coding into. And roughly, we can categorize these techniques into 5 broad categories. Let's go to the slide and have a look at those 5 categories. So it's the first technique that we have got, line coding technique that we have got is unipolar. We have got a unipolar NRZ. NRZ stands for non-return to 0. We have got some polar techniques which include non-return to 0, return to 0, and biphase. In the biphase, we have got Manchester and differential Manchester. Then we have got some bipolar techniques, and we have got AMI, which is alternate mark inversion, and we have got pseudo-ternary, and then we have got some multi-level or multi-transition techniques which are employed in specific use cases that we are going to briefly talk about. Students, in order to understand these line coding techniques, it's imperative that you understand how the signal element carries the data elements in each one of these techniques. Unipolar, polar, and bipolar are primarily the most important techniques from an understanding point of view, although not all of them are used in today's data communication system.